Hey everybody, Ranchin here, bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. It's going to be the winner's match of Group A in the Lost Saga OSL. This is a spoiler to the first two matches, so if you haven't watched those, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you haven't watched those, don't watch this yet. It's going to be Savior versus Zero. I didn't forget, I swear. That was building suspense. So, very interesting ZVZ. These guys are like very interesting little contrast here. Savior, the old generation at this point, the Maestro, who has been slumping a bit, but beating Bisu, very interestingly enough. He played very well in that map. I'm still not going to say whether Savior is back or not. He started off the year pretty badly, losing to 2 Protosses. One of which did not surprise me, one of which actually did surprise me. And Zero is one of the up-and-coming Zergs now. He's really broken through this season, so I look forward to how he plays against Savior here. The winner of this match does get through to the round of 16. So, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I think we have Disturbed in the background there. Interesting background music. So, this is going to be Byzantium II. First time, actually, that there's a ZVZ on Byzantium II, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to have Savior in white in the upper right, and we're going to have in red Zero in the lower right. That's the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock positions, I believe, respectively. So yeah, Byzantium is a very interesting map. It's one of the more balanced maps this season. You have your main on the low ground, your expansion, natural expansion, up on the high ground, but then again that high ground goes into the middle, which is low ground once again. There's a pretty open middle, allows for Zerg maneuverability in that regard. Okay, it was 5 o'clock, not 4 o'clock. Whatever. Yes, so it allows for Zerg maneuverability, and Mutalisk harassment. It's not the strongest on this map, but I think there is enough space behind the minerals and possibly enough space to maneuver Mutalisk enough, especially between the natural and main. Savior going for a 9 pull, so he's going to go for early aggressiveness. We're going to see how that works out. If Zero decides to go for a 12 hatch, as I saw him do on the last game on Carthage, then he could be in a little bit of trouble, especially since Savior is scouting him correctly. Savior scouting clockwise. I think at one point in his career he had a tradition where he always scouted counterclockwise, but here's Savior listening to his instincts. Early pool, 9 pool, as well as an extractor going on, so Savior going for very, very quick tech build. Meanwhile, oh, what's that drone going to do? Okay, oh, goes for a hatchery inside of his base, so this is dangerous for Zero here. Savior's going to have out Zerglings much quicker, is going to have out Mutalisks much quicker. And Savior has, I think soon enough, Savior will see all this. Has put his pool down now, is also taking his gas now. So Zero's trying to go for quick production here. Zergling's on the way, I believe, for Savior there. We're going to see if he goes for quick aggressiveness. If he does that, that could turn out in his favor. Savior's Overlord just now moving into Savior's base. As soon as he sees that, he'll figure, hey, I know where I'm going. That's what I should do. Lair also coming up for Savior, so the Spire is going to be very quick. He's not going to have a second hatchery for extra production, but if he gets those Mutalisks out much quicker than Zero, as it's looking right now, then this could really go to his advantage. His Overlord is already inside of Zero's base. He knows what's coming. Zero has a creep colony, meanwhile. He has scouted those Zerglings coming on the way. He's going to have to defend with nothing but probably those those no Zerglings. There's got nothing but drones and a creep colony. Who's going to turn into a sunken just now to defend. The sunken colony is coming up now. Zero trying to block as long as he can with that one drone there. And the Zerglings are now inside the base. There's nothing but a sunken that's on the way. They're going to focus on the sunken. It's going to be attacked by those drones. Meanwhile, Zerglings going to try to take out. No, they're not going to focus on the sunken. They're going to take out 2 drones and then move back. And meanwhile, 2 more Zerglings moving into Lair, almost on the way for Savior. Savior taking quick advantage. He was very lucky with his scouting. Overlord moved right in. Meanwhile, Zero also going for his Lair right now. He's going to need some Zerglings on the ground as well as Mutalisks soon to defend against this. Spire just now coming up for Savior. Not yet on the way for Zero, meanwhile, we're going to see what kind of aggressive action Saber keeps. Okay, Saber moves back with the Zerglings, with that sunken there, and the Zerglings on the way. He feels he can't be aggressive anymore. That is a fairly good assumption. Pumping Zerglings right now, Zero is, and a second hatchery coming down for Savior, so he's going to try to equal this production. Yeah, that's actually a very good idea, because if Zero, even if Zero is a little bit behind, he's going to be able to make a lot more Mutalisks at the same time. So Savior is, so Spire just coming up now though, so Savior's going to have his Mutalisks, even though they're not going to be that many, he's going to have his Mutalisks up so much earlier, they're going to be able to fly in and do as much damage as he wants. There's no evolution chamber, or, you know, spore colony eminent in Zero's base, so Zero's going to be in serious trouble as soon as those Mutalisks pop out. Spire almost there. Zero now moving out with Zerg and see what kind of damage he does, but Savior does a very nice harass of his ramp. Fighting downwards is actually a lot better than fighting upwards, but with the ramp surrounded like that, there's really nothing you can do. Zero's Spire about halfway there. I think Savior should be ready already. Savior now moving his Overlord around, possibly thinking of moving it away so it doesn't fall quick prey to those Mutalisks that will eventually be popping out. Or maybe he decides to just sacrifice that Overlord so he knows the exact timing of Zero's Mutalisks. Zero there, trying to push, try to find a weakness inside of that defense there. Savior already has his Mutalisks on the way, has the second hatchery too. I don't know if he has enough gas or Psi to produce Mutalisks, but I think he should have enough. I don't think these guys have Psi problems as much as Noob. So yeah, the first two Mutalisks are now out. That's going to force those Zerglings to run away, and he's just going to focus on the Zerglings, meanwhile moving in with his Zerglings, so he might be trying to, third Mutalisk might be trying to defuse this ground force, completely take it out, then move in full side. Okay, all the Zerglings now for Zero are dead. Mutalisks on the way meanwhile for him. The Spire is up. The first Mutalisk is on the way. There's almost nothing there to defend but that sunken colony. So those Mutalisks are now moving in, and now they're going to do some damage. There's nothing to defend. He's going to focus on that hatchery, interestingly enough, instead of focusing on the drones. Savior possibly thinking that some kind of air defenses. I don't know why he's attacking that hatchery instead of going for the drones. Meanwhile, those Zerglings of his are also flying in. There are Scourge there. They were trying to flank those Mutalisks. That was interesting play there by Zero, hiding the Scourge. Now the Zerglings also moving in, focusing on, I don't really see what. They're apparently trying to attack the Sunken, but they take far too much damage, and they're going to be cleaned up by those Mutalisks there. That Zero finally has up, so he's going to have a Mutalisk battle at this point. A Scourge flying around trying to catch some Mutalisks that are of Savior. Savior has a higher Mutalisk count at this point, although I think he would have been much more successful if he had attacked drones inside of, inside of Zero's base. I don't really know why he went. Maybe I just didn't see that spore colony. There is a spore colony there, so maybe I just didn't notice, and Savior was trying to avoid that at all costs. Maybe I'm just blind.